Hey there, welcome to Board Game Barrister, our local game shop in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is a very special Tuesday today because the holidays are coming up, and instead of playing a game today, we're going to take a look back at some of the games we loved from this past year and did videos on. So these are our top 10 favorite games to gift this holiday season in 2022. Let's hop into it. Hey there, welcome to Board Game Barrister. Hello, welcome to Board Game Barrister, our local game shop in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and you know what that means. We get to play a game of DECORUM. Today, that game was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Next station, London. STELLA. Canvas, a gorgeous game about completing paintings, trekking through history. Confident? Escape Box Pirates.
CASCADIA is my favorite strategy game of the year, and it has won all the awards. This is an amazing game where we're going to put some tiles in front of us, and those tiles are representing the landscapes of the Pacific Northwest. So we have our mountains, we have our streams, we have our high desert, and on those different areas we're going to put animals. We've got bears, we've got eagles, we've got elk, we've got salmon. And we're going to get all of these tiles and arrange them and try and get collections of the same types of terrain that are going to score points. And we're going to try and get our animals in different patterns that are going to score points. It's a fantastic game with lots of variability, easy to get into, and it's absolutely my choice for the strategy gamer in your life.
Apparently I've steamed Glenn, so...
We've all steamed Glenn.
I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm fine. Are you done?
Done.
Good. That's great to hear.
Oh,
I like that. I'm glad that you're done.
Oh, man.
All right, I won't repaint the kitchen ever again.
So me and my wife are always on the lookout for good two-player games, and DECORUM is the one that I picked for this year. That's probably the best for two players. In this game, we've moved in together, and we're new roommates, and the house is just terrible. So we have very particular things we like in the house, and we want to change them to fit our needs, but we're very passive aggressive and we don't want to talk about what we want to change in the rooms. So instead, we're just going to add, remove, and change things in the house without telling each other and hope that the other person likes it. So basically, you're trying to solve these puzzles that each person gets secretly. You have 30 turns to try and solve both people's puzzles in the house. The other nice thing about DECORUM is there's a campaign to it. It starts off pretty straightforward and easy to jump into, but then as you progress, the difficulty gets harder and harder by adding new rules and new challenges for you and your partner.
Whoa! Yeesh.
What?
30 days.
Just
30
squeaked
days.
it in.
What's...
Oh.
What was Columbus's problem?
what the heck?
One of the most fun games that I got to play this year was Confident. This is a great sort of like party trivia-esque style game, but it's really, really open-ended. Each of the questions is going to ask you to write a range of numbers, so you're going to take a guess. These are questions you're not really supposed to know the answer to. The player who is got the correct answer within their range and has the smallest range is going to be able to score. And I do really like the alternate confidence boost rules you can play with, which gives you a chance to double your score, copy someone else's score, or swap scores with another player to really help you play strategically. It's a lot of fun.
So there's a good chance you might know someone who likes Star Wars, and cooperative games does not get much better than Clone Wars that came out this year. This is based off of the pandemic system, which has been hugely popular for years, and this one incorporates Star Wars in it, and it does it in a way that, one, captures the feel of pandemic and that kind of urgency as it starts off really kind of slow and mild, and then it builds super quick. It also, for those who are fans of the Clone Wars or Star Wars, it captures that feel really well too. You've got being the heroic Jedi that you get to play as, and you have the droids, your Valiants, and the different villains who their abilities kind of mimic how they act in the actual Clone Wars series, and it's really cool that you get to kind of capture that feel. You have character cards you get that you'll be like, oh, that guy from, yeah, there's Rex, and there's, and there's Padme, and all these people that you are characters that you know and you love, and you get to have all that little stuff kind of intertwined as you were trying to save the galaxy So if you're looking for a really good cooperative game, this one is fantastic. It has different levels of difficulty, so you can make it harder or easier depending on who you're playing with and just what kind of game you want to have. Fantastic game. I absolutely loved it. I had to get a copy for myself. I played it like 4 times already since I bought it. Twice solo, which also works really well as too.
All right, I had to grab this awesome game about drawing routes and paths in colored pencil. It is called Next Station London. We did a video on this guy as well, and it is super cool. You are going to be building your own subway lines through the entire London Underground. So you're responsible for the city planning, for connecting all the different districts together, to getting people across the Thames River as often as possible, and for getting them to all the tourist sites. And you're going to get points for doing all that. Now, when the game starts, you're going to get a colored pencil. It's going to be in a color, say green. You're going to start at the green subway station, and then you're going to start drawing routes from there every time we flip a card. So if we flip a circle, you draw to a circle. If we flip a triangle, you draw to a triangle, and you keep building your route. You're going to finish that route pretty quickly, but the really cool part of the game is that when we finish one of those routes, we trade colored pencils around the table. So this is a really good game if you want to work on your own little solo puzzles the whole time. And then once you get the hang of the game, it gets really cool. You can add bonus objectives everyone's working toward, and you can give each pencil a power-up that moves around the table with it and gives the player who's holding it a special one-time ability.
As the resident barrister with kids, I decided to pick one of my favorite games that came in this year as the Escape Box. Escape room games have been really, really popular throughout the last couple of years, and this one is designed for kids to be able to play it, which is it's a very unique thing, and I'm always looking for unique things for the kids to do. In this one, it's kind of an activity where the parent guides them through finding cards that you hide around the house, like a scavenger hunt, and the kids get to use those cards to solve puzzles, where they get rewarded with cards that'll give them hints for the final puzzle.
Yokai is one of my favorite games. It's a great stocking stuffer. It's a bit of a strategy thinker game where we're all going to be working together. We're going to lay a bunch of tiles out face down and then memory style peek at a tile and then move some tiles. And as I pay attention to what other people have looked at and how they've moved it, I'm going to try and learn something about the tiles that I didn't see. At the end of the game, we're going to reveal all of the tiles, and if we've gotten all the color groups together, we win. I love this because it's a thinker, and I love it because it has scaling levels of difficulty. So as we get good at one, we can make it harder for ourselves.
Stella is a really fantastic game, especially for all the folks out there who have really been loving code names. This is a game where you're trying to kind of think alike or think similarly to the other players in the game. We have one word that we are trying to find associations with, and so we're going to look at these beautiful cards full of fantastic dreamlike art, and we're going to mark all of the cards that remind us or that we associate with that key word, and then we're going to go through and hopefully score off of each other as many points as we can when we were thinking similarly to the other players at the table.
All right, so I got a great one for families who are going to be playing together. This is Trekking Through History. It's a little bit of education and a whole ton of fun. What we're going to be doing is we've all won 3-day tours throughout all of human history. So we get to go back in time and pick and choose places and things we want to do with all of the amazing figures throughout time. We can go and fly the first plane with the Wright brothers. We can go to the first Olympics back in Greece. It's all these amazing things you get to take part in, and you get to choose which ones to do. Now, everybody does have an itinerary. You've got a sheet of paper that you're going to be working on, trying to fill in tokens on those various things. Each activity you do is going to give you some of those tokens, but the better the activity, the more time out of your day it's going to take. So it's a game all about balancing how much time you want to spend doing which one of those, and each of the cards that you go and do has a chunk of text on the back that's going to tell you more facts about that thing. There were so many events in this game that I never even had awareness existed, and then got to immediately learn more details about, which was just amazing.
I present to you Forbidden Darkness.
Oh, it's
Now we know what kind of painter you are.
Oh, it's so good.
Canvas. I really enjoyed this game a lot. So you are taking the role of artist, and you are creating pictures. You start with, every picture has the background you start with, and then you get to add new layers onto it by using these semi-transparent cards, which will add different images to the pictures, and you're creating basically a unique painting every time you play the game. It also throws in an element where you're scoring points based on specific objectives, which can be different in the game, so you get a lot of variety of play as well. And it's this mix of trying to solve that puzzle to score those points, but also creating these nifty pictures that also have titles they give them. And when you create actually a good scoring picture, the titles actually make sense for what the picture is. And I love that combination of I can be creative and I can be problem solving and working on a puzzle at the same time. It also has a really cool solo mode, which I really, really enjoy, which doesn't always happen with games that say play one player, but this one plays fantastic one player as well, because you still get that creative element and the puzzle solving, which I love.
All right, those are our 10 favorite games to gift this year. Obviously, there is an entire store full of games right behind the camera that is looking at us right now. If you want some other ideas, there is going to be an awesome game for you and yours in this store. We would love to tell you about it. Stop by one of our physical stores if you're in the Milwaukee area. Otherwise, you can hop online and use our online store to chat with us. We'll get you some great suggestions on there as well. We will be back for a New Year's video, tell you about all the games we're going to be playing for New Year's, and then we'll see you in 2023. Thanks for watching.